recall that you said coming back from Charlotte to Savannah that what happens in Charlotte stays in Charlotte.
I did say that.
What happened in Charlotte between suspended Sheriff Lewis and his personal assistant on a business trip is at the center of today's proceedings in court, as Sheriff Will Lewis took the stand in his own defense.
Lewis faces criminal charges and stands accused of using a taxpayer-funded trip to have an affair with his assistant, Savannah Neighbors.
Our Ben Hoover standing by live now with more on today's dramatic developments, Ben.
Well, Gordon and Diane, we heard Savannah Neighbors on Tuesday testify that she was sexually assaulted by Will Lewis. Today, he described what happened as consensual. Ultimately, it's 2 charges of misconduct in office that this jury is considering. The state says he used public funds to plan an out-of-state trip to have an affair. On the stand today, Lewis admitted what he did was wrong, but it wasn't misconduct. Will Lewis's defense attorneys first asking him how the incident in Charlotte affected him. He said it gave him an opportunity to reflect on things.
One of which, and the most important, was my relationship with God. It took a lot for me to come to grips with what I had done.
With his wife visibly upset in court, Lewis said he was far from perfect when he had an affair with his personal assistant, Savannah Neighbors, during a taxpayer-funded business trip to Charlotte, a trip he admitted during the state's cross-examination wasn't necessary to have out of town.
You could have done your meeting that you ultimately did in Charlotte in County Square, couldn't you? There's plenty of places to meet in there.
We could have.
You could have ordered in lunch.
We could have.
Putting yourself in this situation, you basically set yourself up for failure, did you not? You set yourself up to have an affair.
Looking back on it, absolutely, that's what happened. At the time, I did not see it.
Lewis admits to the affair, but denies what Neighbors said happened. She testified he sexually assaulted her in her hotel room.
But you denied to other members of the Sheriff's Department that you had an affair, correct?
No, I denied that I had sexually assaulted or raped Savannah. I lied to my wife about having an affair, specifically to my wife. That does not jeopardize the integrity of the men and women of the Greenville County Sheriff's Office that I had an affair.
One of the last exchanges between Lewis and prosecutors came when they asked him about another trip he was trying to plan with Neighbors to Reno, Nevada after the Charlotte trip.
And you were trying to manipulate her to do that, weren't you?
I was trying to convince her to go to Reno.
Through manipulation?
I don't think it was through manipulation, but I was definitely trying to convince her to go to Reno.
Early in his testimony today, Lewis defended how Neighbors was treated as a new employee after he became sheriff, saying based on what he was told, her over $60,000 a year salary was within the range for administrative coordinators. The car she was issued, he says, was warranted since she was an on-call employee. Lewis is expected to be back on that stand tomorrow morning at 9:30. Diane?
Thank you, Ben. Prosecutors rested their case earlier in the day after 3 final witnesses testified this morning. Now, one of them, Major Ty Miller with the Sheriff's Office, spoke about a recorded conversation she heard between Lewis and his former personal assistant, Savannah Neighbors. She says that the two were talking about a trip to Nevada, as you just heard, and Lewis told Neighbors it was normal for men and women in law enforcement to share hotel rooms and get undressed in front of each other. Miller also talked about her concerns over Neighbors' access to crime scenes.
I said to him that I was really, really concerned about the fact that he had brought Savannah to the scene, that I was really concerned about the perception. And I think my words are, I didn't fall off the turnip truck yesterday. I don't know what's going on, but the perception of what's going on is not good.
For the last piece of evidence, prosecutors showed the jury a video of a 2017 press conference when Lewis admitted to an extramarital affair. This trial has been going all week, and it's a lot to stay on top of, but you can get the very latest updates on your phone by downloading the 7 News app, as well as on WSBA.com. You can see live video of the proceedings in the courtroom and catch up with a timeline of events in the case. As we mentioned, Will Lewis is set to take the stand again tomorrow, so you may want to have this at your ready, along with the complete video of today's testimony from Will Lewis on our website.
Breaking news now out of